Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about NAKD Brand Group once more, as we currently have exact timelines of everything that is going to happen from here until the new year. So NAKD Brand Group was actually originally a digital intimate apparel and swimwear business. They divested massively out of that and taking the capital and investing it in acquiring a new company called Centro Auto. So for this company here, it's an EV ESG company, and it really focuses on basically the last mile kind of delivery systems, a little bit of compact for some people's likings. And I did cover this one a little bit before. They do have different vehicles, including the Metro Logistar in its own variations, an ORV. Now for this company here, this is the Metro. You're able to see it here. This is the Logistar 400, and this is a 200, and this is the Neighbor 200 version. I believe they do have a 600 version. No, they don't actually, my bad. But for this company here, there was a lot of questions in relations to how much they're worth, for instance. Now, this is a little bit hard to get the exact valuation that is independent, but you're able to see some of their SEC filings. It says the shareholders of NAKD immediately after the conclusion of the acquisition of Centro will own approximately 30% of the combined company. And the shareholder of Centro parents will own 70%. Upon closing, the combined group is expected to have $282 million in cash, inclusive of the $30 million loan described below, which is a $30 million loan that they're going to be giving out. They gave it out on November 10th, 2021. And yeah, there's nothing really much about that. It's just a loan kind of to basically wrap them in with NAKD. Now, for NAKD Brand Group here, in terms of the current valuation, current money they have, if you were to think about it, this company's market cap is around 430 million. That will just represent around 30% of the new company. So with all shares and everything combined, this new merged company will be well into the 1.5 billion market cap, if not 2 billion market cap. So currently, if you take the market cap and divide it by 30% to represent the entire value, at 100%, you'd be getting around $1.4 billion in terms of market cap. But factoring in some additional shares and everything, you probably will be reaching around 1.5. Now, in terms of exact dates, we do have them here. This is a table in the SEC filing. So they already given the date of the notice for the meeting, latest time to receive the proxy form, 19 December 2021. Now the voting determination of entitlements of the meeting is on the 21st. Similarly, the general meeting is on the 21st. Share consolidation will happen 2 days before Christmas on the 23rd. Although 22nd on Eastern Standard Time. By the way, I've been mentioning AEDT, not Eastern Standard Time. And finally, the target closing date for the proposed transaction is right before the new year on 31st of December 2021. So if you get around after the new year in 2022, NAKD probably will be no longer, and you will have a different ticker or a different company going under Citron. Now for this company here, I did try to do as much research about it as possible. Not everything is kind of out in the public in that sense in terms of their exact valuation. The last valuation I was able to see was around 700 million in 2019, and a lot has changed since then. Now, they do talk about some news, for instance, like Centro receiving an order for 2,000 Metro electric commercial vehicles in Japan and customers including Amazon Fleet and Hannah Cupid. So they definitely have been working a bit harder on their news, as you get to see in November. I'm pretty sure that is as part to raise the stock price overall and to kind of ease in the blow with this kind of massive as well reverse merger where it's only taking 30% out of the massive chunk. Now, there's no point of going on fundamentals and everything in between, as this company will basically fully transform to something new, even with different number of shares, or the breakdown of the shares are going to be completely different. Now, there's nothing much to talk about here. We're going to move on towards technical analysis. But if you would like to see more contents like this or get to know more about Centro, you can find it in my previous video. And don't forget to subscribe and leave notifications on. Also, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to join in Discord, it's in the description below. And let's move on towards technical analysis now. From a technical analysis perspective, NAKD Brand Group really took a dive. Now, when they first announced this acquisition, it almost hit $1. And from there on, it's around 50% discount from where the stock really announced their acquisition. Now, previously as well, this company did see massive jumps and drops, almost in a pump and dump cycles. This stock also went from 0.07 all the way to 340. That was at the start of this year with GME and AMC and all this kind of forensic. But when we're talking about the current movement, this company is going a whole different direction. You're able to see that it is a bit of a bearish move overall. Moving averages, you're able to see 200 SMA is crossing the 50 SMA from the top. That's a bit of a dangerous level that we're sitting at, and it will actually confirm a Death Star this week, which is a very bearish indicator. The average directional index isn't really showing anything, but the William percent R, which is very similar to the RSI, is showing borderline oversold, suggesting there's more supply than demand at this current level. NAKD histogram, you're able to see it's ever so increasing, showing in more of a negative movement, a negative momentum, and that's nothing good to see about this one. And momentum is currently at negative 0.19, which is not a good look for this one either. Momentum is one of the most negative it's ever been, I would say ever since 11th of May, around this kind of drop. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are flattened up, suggesting this might actually be a good time to buy some if you're into high risk kind of reward levels, but I don't suggest just to take this indicator as the sole reason to buy. Now, the moving average bands are kind of dipping downwards, so they're suggesting that the stock price would probably propagate between 72 cents and 59 cents, although currently the stock price is below there. And in terms of Fibonacci retracements, we're able to see a significant resistance level at 86, 134, 173, 213, and 269. Now, price line actions. We're able to see a significant support at the 50 cents, following down to 48 cents, 40 cents, 34 cents, going downwards to 27, 22 going to 17, and 13 cents. Some resistances. For instance, you got one here, 59 cents, going up to 63, and then up to 71, up to 76, and then you start jumping a little bit up to 95, 104, 111, going up to 118, and around to 132. Comes to the question, Ed, what do you think is going to really happen here? Now, for this company here, it is honestly somewhat of a good news and bad news kind of enveloped in everything in between. I do like their new acquisition, and I do kind of trust their leadership into making the right decisions. This company honestly felt like it was struggling, and they tried to kind of take an easy tap out with the ESG kind of investment. At least that's kind of from a non kind of biased overview. And this company is going to only own 30% of the new company, so it's not going to really be a majority-owned company for the people who are having the shareholders right now. So it's really just being a SPAC at this level rather than it acquiring a company. So that is very critical. Now, the problem with it being a SPAC is that eventually a lot of these SPACs do drop in value. And that might happen to Naked Brain Group. And really, the elephant in the room, they're not acquiring Lucid Motors. They're not acquiring a company that tailors for sedans, electricals, and EVs, but rather than a bit of a niche markets in general, specifically into last mile delivery, that kind of thing a little. But there is a bit of a challenge in that market already. There is some competitors, so it's not an easy, profitable way to go. So there is a bit of hesitancy, as you get to hear from my own talk about this one in the last minute or so. This stock can really go places, but really it has a lot of challenges that we're yet to see in the new year and how the price is going. Now, based on the stockholders itself, you're able to see a massive amount of hesitancies as it drops down, even with the acquisition dates and everything announced. But in case others didn't know, make sure to mention this video in order to get them to know the exact dates for the stock acquisitions and closing date. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.